Wait. There's no one watching yet, so you can... Oh, there's 3 people on.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all well. Just going to give everyone a couple of minutes and then we can get going. I hope you haven't been too bored at home. Hi, Ollie. Hi, Kasha. John. Hi. Francis with you, hopefully. Just going to wait to see if Catherine is going to come today.
Smoother than last week.
So just make sure you've got water, if you've got a block to sit on. If you've got a throw, you can also, or blanket, you can fold that up to sit on, or you can use that throw to cover yourself up when we go down to final relaxation, or use it as a pillow. Just another minute. So just sit nice and comfy, easy cross-legged. You can sit on your block like I'm doing so. You don't have to close your eyes. I'm just going to chat to you for a little bit. Nice long spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Hands can be on the knees or hands can be on your feet. Just a few easy breaths here. Just giving a chance for you to settle down, settle into the mat, getting ready for your practice. So this is time for you, taking time out of your busy day. Our flow today is going to be focused on the legs. We're going to strengthen our legs. We're going to have 3 flows, and one of the flows is going to be a warm-up flow. The third flow is going to be a combination of the warm-up and flow 2. And in flow 3, we're going to have our peak pose, which is also our balance pose, which is eagle. So eagle is going to be strengthening up the legs, your glutes, it helps strengthen up your ankles. If you have any problems or issues with your hips, your knees, or your ankles, we can do some modifications. If you're going to have eagle arms, it's also going to release the muscles in your upper back. Just a few more breaths here. Take a nice long inhale. Nice long easy exhale out through the mouth. And then slowly, we're going to come up to standing. I'm going to start our session tonight standing up. You can be facing the top of your mat. I'm just going to face you to start off with. Feet can be about hip width apart. You can close your eyes. Relaxing the fingertips down towards the floor. Knees are soft. Spread the toes wide. So you've got your ankles, your knees, your hips, shoulders, ears, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Keep the length in the spine. Making sure you're not jutting that chin out. Just drop that chin slightly to lengthen the neck. Closing the eyes. You can keep the arms where they are, or you can bring the palms together, bring the hands through to heart center. Allow the thumbs to connect with the heartbeat. And you have the option of maybe just swaying gently from side to side. Take a nice long inhale, nice long easy exhale, and on your next inhale, you're going to inhale for the count of 3 and exhale for 3. Inhale for 3 and exhale for 3. Carry on in your own time with your equal breath. Keeping the breath nice and smooth, no pauses. A few more rounds. And slowly release the hands. We're going to start our session with chair. Checking that the feet are hip width apart. Activate the core to draw the lower ribs into that midline. And on your next exhale, hips are coming back. Flow the arms up, roughly in line with the shoulders. Checking that the knees are going in direction of the toes. And inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, float the hips down, hip hinge. And as you inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, up. Exhale, chair. Hold it here. Check that that spine is nice and long. Not tilting that pelvis, you're not rounding that tailbone out. Keep the chest open, so you're saying broad across the collarbones. Weights pushing down evenly through both feet. On your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Stand up nice and tall. A few deep breaths here. And on your next exhale, chair. Hold it there. And bring the palms together, bring the hands through to heart center, thumbs connect against the chest. Keep that spine nice and long. Check the neck. Check that you're drawing the lower ribs in. Shift the weight onto that left leg. And then slowly, staying on the balls of the right foot, just bring the right heel off the mat. And breathe. Next exhale, lower the right heel down. Shift the weight onto that right leg. Bring the left heel off the floor, hold it there. Next exhale, lower the left heel down to the floor. Release the hands, slowly come all the way up. Inhale, bring the arms out wide. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. Maybe have a little sway from side to side. Maybe stretch over to the right, maybe stretch over to the left. And then just release the arms down to the side, bring the hands through to heart center. Inhale, release the hands. On your next exhale, inhale all the way up. Exhale, chair, hold it there, bring the hands through to heart. Step the right foot back and slowly come into crescent lunge. Check your base and check that the pelvis is in neutral. On the balls of that right foot, hips are level, reaching the fingertips up towards the ceiling, checking with that neck. Check that the core's activated and the glutes are activated. On your next exhale, bend the elbows, come into goalpost arms or goddess arms. Hold it here. Inhale, as you exhale, bend that right knee a little bit. And then slowly come all the way down to your kneeling lunge or kneeling crescent. Fingertips pointed up towards the ceiling. Inhale, rotate round to the right. And as you exhale, slowly come round to the left. Inhale, twist round to the right. Inhale, come all the way back to the left. 2 more on each side. Keep it slow and controlled, no momentum. Check that you're drawing the lower ribs in towards the center line to keep the core activated. I've lost count, so I'm going to do 1 more each side. And then from here, as you come back round to center, release the arms, left hand onto that left thigh. Hinge forward so the right hand connects to the mat. Right shoulder in line with the right wrist, spreading the fingers wide, keeping the left hand onto that left thigh. Easy rotation round to the left. Release the right ear down towards the right shoulder, lean back onto that right shoulder blade. Keep a gap between the left thigh and your upper body. Hold it here. Relaxing the neck. And then you have the option of staying here or reaching the left fingertips, lengthening out that left arm towards the ceiling. Keeping the chest open. Keep leaning back. On your next exhale, release the left arm down. Slowly come all the way back. Bring the hands through to heart center. Check that the right toes tucked. Core's activated. Glutes are activated. Inhale, lengthen, come all the way up. Soften that left knee. Shift the weight forward onto that left foot. Step forward. Feet are back hip width apart. Release the hands. Repeat that on the left side. Inhale, as you exhale, chair. Inhale up, exhale, chair. Inhale up, and then step or slide that left foot back into crescent. Check pelvis is in neutral. Check that the front knee is going in the direction of the front toes. And when you're ready, float the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Check that the core's activated, the glutes are on. On your next exhale, goddess arms. Check that the shoulder blades are in contact with the back, with your back of the ribs and the back of the ribs. On your next exhale, slowly start to lower that left knee all the way down to the floor. Kneeling lunge or kneeling crescent. And as you inhale, rotate round, twisting to the right. And then as you exhale, come all the way round to the left. Inhale right. Exhale, slowly twist to the left. Inhale right. Exhale, twisting round to the left. Inhale right. Then we're coming round to the left. Come round to the right. Slowly round to the left. Come round to the right. Round to the left. Back to center. Bring the right hand to that right thigh. Just hinge forward. Place the left hand on the floor. Left shoulder over the left wrist. Spread the fingers wide. Nice easy rotation. And just allow the left ear to drop down towards that left shoulder. Relaxing that neck. And then you have the option of extending that right arm, so the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Leaning back into that left shoulder blade. Keep a gap between the body and that right thigh. Check in with the breath. And as you exhale, just release that right arm. Slowly come all the way up to your kneeling lunge. Bring the hands through to heart center. Tuck the left toes. Activate the core, the glutes. And on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Shift the weight forward into that right leg. Step forward. And then release the arms. So at any time you need to rest, please do so. And if you need to make any modifications, please do so. Listen to your breath. Check in with the inhales and exhales. They should be just nice and long and easy. You find that your breath is short, maybe adjust, come out the pose a little bit. If the breath feels good, it feels like it's smooth and it's flowing well, maybe deepen the pose or stay as you are. Take a nice long inhale. As you exhale, just hip hinge forward, so hinging forward from the hips, bending those knees. Slowly place the hands on the floor, and then from here, going to step back into down dog. And then in your down dog, just check your base. Fingertips are pointing towards the end of the mat. Check that the elbow creases are pointing towards the mat. Lengthen out the arms, lengthen out the armpit, head and neck are nice and relaxed. Weight even between the hands and the feet. And as it's your first down dog, maybe bend those knees. Think about piking those hips up and back. Weight even between the hands and the feet. And then just check in with the breath. And then gaze between the hands. Soften the knees a little bit more. And then step the right foot forward. I'm going to come into warrior one. So slowly release the left heel down to the floor. And then very slowly, with a nice long spine, come all the way up. We're going to shorten our warrior one. So we've got a shorter stride length, shorter length. The left foot, the toes can be pointing more towards the front end of the mat. Or if it feels more comfortable, you can have it at a 45-degree angle. See what feels comfortable for your hips. Ground down, so root down through both feet. Check that the hips are level, and then check that the pelvis is in neutral. And when you're ready, float the fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. And then check in with the breath. On your next exhale, come down to goalpost arms. Bring the arms together. I'm just going to come and face the camera. You can bring the elbows and the lower arms together and the hands together. Or if it feels more comfortable for you, you can cross the arms over and come into your goddess arms. Goddess arms, sorry, eagle arms. So I've got my right arm under, my left arm on top. You're going to inhale to lengthen the spine. Activate the core. And on your next exhale, hinge from the hips, humble warrior. Keep the length in the spine. You could be here, you could be down a little bit lower. Check that the hips are level. Check that you're not jutting the chin out. And then inhale, slowly come all the way up. Checking that you're rooting down through both feet. And on your next exhale, hinge forward for your humble warrior. And as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. Release the hands, catch the hips. Inhale, lengthen out that front leg. Forward facing triangle, some people call this pyramid. Check that the hips are level. Stay broad across the collarbone. Keep the length in the spine, and on your next exhale, check that you're hinging from the hips. Spine stays nice and long. You could be here, or you could be down a little bit further. Check that that neck is nice and long. And on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Check that the hips are level. Root down for both feet. Activate the core. Slowly hinge forward. Forward facing triangle. Check that that right hip is back, so both hips are level. You have the option of softening the right knee if it feels more comfortable for you. And on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. From here, transition into crescent. So coming onto the ball of the left foot. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Hold it here. Next exhale, bring the palms together down through to heart center. Slowly lower that left knee down towards the floor. Kneeling lunge or kneeling crescent. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, soften forward, place both hands on the floor. Bring the left knee off the floor. Step that right foot back, plank. You have the option of staying in the plank with both knees off the floor, or come into your 3/4 plank with the knees on the floor. Shoulder blades are on the back of the rib cage. Neck in line with the rest of the spine. Activate the core. Glutes are activated. Holding it here. You can stay here or shoulder tap. Right hand, left shoulder. Left hand, right shoulder. And then bring the knees into tabletop or lower the knees down to the floor. On your next exhale, round the spine, cat. And as you inhale, slowly uncurl, vertebrae by vertebrae, looking down towards the floor. Belly drops slightly, keep the chest open, cow. And then slowly tucking the toes, push your hips up and back, down dog. Check in your base. Weights even for both hands, both feet. Pushing up through the arms and the hands, pushing up through the feet and the legs. Check that the head and neck are nice and relaxed. Soften the knees if you need to. Keep the length in the armpits. Gaze between the hands, start to soften the knees, and then step the left foot in between the hands. Allow the right heel to drop to the floor. Keep the length in the spine. Slowly come up. Warrior one. So adjust your base. We've got a shortened warrior. Adjust that foot. Adjust the knees. Check the pelvis. When you're ready, float the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Next exhale. Gold pose, goddess arms. Your choice of either bringing the lower arms together, hands together, lower arms, elbows, or wrap the right arm on top of the left arm for eagle arms. Breathe wide and full. On your next exhale, check that the core is activated. Check that the glutes are activated. Nice on the inhale. Next exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Work with your own range of movement. Keep the length in the spine. Check that neck. And then on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Warrior one with eagle arms. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep the length in the spine. Check the hips to level. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Release the hands, catch the hips. Lengthen out that left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Core's activated, glutes are activated. And as you hinge forward, forward facing triangle. Ground down through both feet. Check the neck. Check that left hip is back so the hips are level. Next inhale, keep the length in the spine. Slowly come all the way up. And as you exhale, hinge all the way forward. Check that the hips are level. Again, working with your own range of movement. Inhale, slowly come all the way up. Adjust that back foot and we'll slowly meet up in crescent. Your next exhale, bring the palms together. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Slowly bring that right knee down towards the mat. Kneeling crescent. Hold it here. And on your next exhale, slowly bring the hands down to the floor. Bring the right knee off the floor, coming into plank. Knees can be down or knees can be lifted. Check your base. Shoulders are stacked over the wrist. Spread the fingers wide. Core's activated. Glutes are on. Shoulder blades are on the back of your rib cage. Pelvis is in neutral. Shoulder taps. Left hand, right shoulder. Right hand, left shoulder. And on your next exhale, slowly lower the knees down to the floor, tabletop. As you exhale, next exhale, cat. Working with your own range of movement. Inhale, slowly uncurl, neutral spine. Belly drops slightly, open the chest. Check that you're not jutting that neck up, chin up. Slowly come back to tabletop. And then from here, just slowly walk the hands back towards the knees. You can either stay here or you can kneel in. You can give your hands a shake. You can grab yourself a drink. I'm just going to run through eagle for you, just in case you've not done it before or you need a refresher. So just stay where you are. So with your eagle, we will come from it from a chair. Checking your base, your core's activated, your glutes are on. Crossing my left leg over. So we'll start off with the toes on the floor, checking that the hips are level, saying broad across the chest. And then from here, we've got the option of bringing the toe off the floor. Some people can double wrap, but be careful of your hips, your knees, and your ankle. And then you have the option of coming into your eagle arms, or you can just stay here or bring your heart through for heart center. If you feel that this is going to be uncomfortable, you can just come into chair and just have your eagle arms. So you have got a choice. So from here, I'm going to start at the back of your mat. We're going to do some elements of flow 1 and flow 2, and then we'll also include your eagle. I'm just going to grab a drink myself. So we're all at the back of our mat. Take a nice deep breath in, slowly come up to standing. Bring your hands through to heart. Look straight ahead, activate the core. Shift the weight onto that left leg. Bring the right foot off the floor. You could be here or here. Hold it here. Slowly place that left foot down in front. Shift the weight onto that right leg or walking forward. Bring that left leg off the floor. Slowly place that left leg down and forward. Shift the weight onto the left foot. Bring that right foot up. Place that right foot down and forward, and then just bring the left foot to the right foot. Release the hands. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lower into chair. Inhale, slowly float up. Exhale, chair. Inhale, slowly float up. Exhale, chair. Stay here. Bring the hands through to heart center. Shift the weight onto that left leg. Bring the right heel off the floor. And then you can bring the toes off the floor, or you can slide your foot back. Your choice. So we can either slide the foot back or step back and then come into crescent. Check your base. Reach the arms up, fingertips towards the ceiling. Keeping the core activated. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, goalpost your goddess arms. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come down to your kneeling crescent, so right knee down. Inhale, rotate to the right. Exhale, twist and round to the left. Slowly come all the way back round to the right. Slowly come round to the left. Slowly come back to center. Heel toe the left foot out and hinge forward, so bringing the hands down to the mat, hands on the inside of the left foot. And then kneeling hip circles. Working with your own range of movement. Let's do one more in this direction. And then slowly change direction. Check in with the breath. And then from here, slowly come to tabletop. Spreading the fingers wide. Tuck the toes, quads activated. Hover the knees off the floor and push the hips up and back, down dog. Check your base. Soften the knees if you need to. Bend them a little bit more if you need to. Breathe wide and full. Just double check the base of your down dog, your hands, your feet. Check that the core's activated. Gaze between the hands. Step the right foot in between the hands, coming up into warrior one. Shorten your base of your warrior one. Adjust your back foot so it feels comfortable for you in your hips. Hips are pointing straight ahead. Fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Warrior one. Hold it here. Inhale. Nice and easy. Exhale. Inhale. Goddess arms. And then from here, you can come into your eagle arms. So I've got my right arm under, left arm on top. Or just bring the lower arms together. Holding it here. Activate the core. On your next exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Holding that humble warrior here. Check that you're lengthening out the spine. Check that the neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Hips are level. Activate the glutes, activate the core, and on your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Release the arms, bring the hands together through to heart center. Pushing your weight down through into that right leg. Slowly step forward and come into chair. Check your base. Check that you're not tucking that tailbone. Chest is open. Shift the weight onto the right leg. Cross the left leg over that right leg. Left toes are on the floor. Check that the hips are level. If that feels comfortable, maybe float the left toes off the floor. Maybe you can come into that second tuck. Check that the hips are level. Maybe bring the hips down a little bit lower. Right arm under, left arm on top for your eagle arms. Holding it here. Focus on one spot. Check that the hips are level. Lovely long spine. Chest is opening. Rooting down through that right foot, rising up through the crown of the head and the fingertips. One more inhale. Nice and easy exhale. Slowly unravel the arms. You can bring the hands through to heart center. And then your choice, you can step all the way back or you can come back through to chair and then back into your shortened base for warrior one. Inhale, lengthen out that right leg. Slowly release the hands down to catch your hips. Forward facing triangle, cores activated. Hinging forward on your next exhale. Keep the length in the spine, check that neck. Breathing wide and full. Check that the hips are level, so you may need to bring that right hip back. Keep the length in the spine. Activate the glutes, activate the core. Next exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, come all the way up. Adjust that back foot and come into crescent. Holding it here in a crescent. So you're on the balls of your left foot, fingertips reaching up towards the ceiling. Next exhale, bring the palms together, hands down through to heart center. Hold it here. Next exhale, slowly lower the left knee down towards the floor, kneeling crescent. Hinging forward, hands touch the floor. Bring the left knee off the floor and then step back to plank. You have the option of lowering the knees to the floor, 3/4 plank. Check your base, spreading the fingers wide. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage. Pelvis is in neutral. Core activated, glutes are activated. Option to shoulder tap. Right shoulder, right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Bring it back down, hold it here. Slowly bring the knees back down, come to tabletop. Next exhale, come into your cat. And with your inhales, slowly uncurl, cow. Just check that you're not jutting that chin up. And then one more, cat. One more, cow. Tucking the toes. Slowly walk the hands all the way back to the knees. Slowly come into a low squat. Slowly come all the way up to standing. Push the weight down even for both feet. Activate the core. Shift the weight onto that right leg. Float the left foot off the floor. It can be here or it can be a little bit lower. And then you're going to put that left foot down and forward. Shift the weight to that left leg. Slowly bring that right leg up. Bring the right foot down and forward. Shift the weight to the right foot. Bring the left foot up. And then slowly lower that foot down and forward. And then just bring that right foot in. Release the hands. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, hips go back, chair. Inhale up. Exhale, chair. Inhale up. Exhale, come to chair. Bring the hands together through to heart center. Shift the weight onto that right leg. Bring the left heel off the floor. And then you have the option of floating the left toes off the floor and then stepping that leg back and coming into crescent, or you can just slide the toes along and then come into crescent. Check the pelvis, make sure it's in neutral. Next exhale, bend the elbows, goddess arms, your goalpost arms. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly start to lower that left knee down towards the floor. Your next inhale, you're going to twist, rotate round to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. And then come back to center. Come forward. Heel toe the right foot out a little bit wider. Hands are in the inside of that right foot. And then kneeling hip circles. Working with your own range of movement. Just see what feels comfortable for you. Check in with the breath. And then slowly come back to center. Reversing the direction of your hip circles. And then from here, come to tabletop. Spreading the fingers wide. Activate the core. Tuck the toes. Hover the knees off the floor and push the hips up and back, down dog. Checking your base. Weight even between both hands, both feet. Neck and head are nice and relaxed. Think about piking the hips up, so you're pushing up through the arms, up through the legs. Gaze between the hands, start to soften the knees. Stepping the left foot between the hands, keep the spine long. Slowly come all the way up to warrior one. Just check your base, shorten that stance again. The short warrior one. Adjust that back foot. Check that the pelvis is in neutral. Floating the arms and fingertips up towards the ceiling. Hips are pointing straight ahead. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, goddess arms. Left arm under, right arm on top, so you can have your eagle arms, or you can just bring the lower arms together and palms together. Take a nice long inhale. As you exhale, activate the core. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. And on your next exhale, hinge forward, humble warrior. Work with your own range of movement. Check that the hips are level. Hold it here. Keep the length in the spine. Check that neck. So that neck's nice and long. Keep the core activated, the glutes activated. And on your next inhale, warrior one. Release the arms, bring the hands through to heart center. Shift the weight forward onto that left leg. Stepping forward, right foot, about hip width apart, come into chair. Right leg is going to cross over the left. Right fingertips are on the floor. Check that the hips are level. Check that that spine is nice and long, and then you're not tucking that tailbone. Keep focus on one spot. You have the option of bringing the right toes off the floor. You can go for that second wrap around. Sink the hips down, check that the hips are level, squeezing those legs together. Left arm under, right arm on top. If you're coming into your eagle arms, you can stay in chair with eagle arms. Check that the hips are level. Bringing that right hip back, keep focused. Rooting down through that left foot, rising up through the fingertips and the crown of the head. One more inhale. Nice and easy exhale. Unravel the arm. You can step all the way back into your warrior one, or just slide the foot or come back through chair. When you're ready, we'll meet up in your warrior one. Check in with the breath. Inhale, lengthen that front leg. Bring the hands through to your hips. Check that the hips are level. Core's activated. Glutes are on. forward facing triangle on your next exhale. Keep the length from the spine. Check that that neck's nice and long. Again, work with your own range of movement. Bring that left hip back so both hips are level. Don't forget you have the option of bending that front knee. Root down for both feet, lengthen that spine. Activate the core. Activate the glutes. Keep the length in the spine. Slowly come all the way up. Just that back leg for crescent. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Check that that pelvis is in neutral. Next exhale, bring the palms together, hands down through to heart center. Start to lower that right knee down to your kneeling crescent. And then as you exhale, soften forward, plant both hands down on the floor. Low lunge, you can bring that right knee off the floor and step back to your plank. You've got the option of lowering the knees to the floor. Shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage. Spread the fingers wide, next in line with the rest of the spine, pelvis in neutral. Gently draw the lower rib cage in. Glutes are on. Shoulder tap, left hand, right shoulder. Right hand, left shoulder. Back to your plank. Slowly lower the knees down, tabletop. 2 cat-cows, working for your own range of movement and your own breath. So when you're ready, exhale, cat. And as you inhale, slowly uncurl through that neutral spine. Keep the chest open, just drop the belly slightly. Just be careful with that lower back. And then one more cat-cow. And then slowly come all the way up to your cow. Slowly back to your neutral spine. And then from here, just cross the feet over at the ankles. We're going to transition down towards the floor. If you need to put your socks on, please do so. If you want to grab another layer, please do so, or a drink. We will be meeting down on the floor, so you can curl down vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm going to be meeting on our backs, feet flat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. So when you're ready, let's all slowly transition down to the floor. Just take a few moments here. Bring your awareness to your breath. Check in with the breath, how you're feeling. Then bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the mat, the floor. So the soles of your feet, your lower back, the back of your hips, your shoulder blades, the back of your head, the elbows, the hands. And then from here, we're coming into our glute stretch. Cross the left foot and place it on the right thigh, flex the foot, place the hand on that left lower leg, check that the upper body is relaxed. You have the option of activating the core, floating that right foot off the floor. If that feels too much, you can actually float the right foot off the floor and place it on a block or a cushion. Push that right thigh in towards that left foot. Flex both feet. If you can keep the upper body nice and relaxed, you can bring the hands round and interlace the fingers around the back of the right thigh, holding it there for your glute stretch, checking with the breath. Upper body's relaxed. If you find it hard to be on the back of your head and you're finding that you're jutting your chin up towards the ceiling and you're more on the crown of your head, you can get a pillow or get a blanket or a throw and just place it underneath your head. That may feel a little bit more comfortable for you. Just keep that breath nice and steady, nice and easy. A few more breaths here. Release the hands, slowly float that foot back down towards the floor. Place the left foot down to the floor. Just pause here for a moment, or gentle windscreen open the knees from side to side. Or just stay nice and still. Place that right foot onto that left thigh. Flex the right foot, hands on that right lower leg. Activate the core, float that left foot off the floor or float it onto a block. Or just keep the foot on the floor if that feels more comfortable for you. Flex both feet. Check that the upper body is nice and relaxed. Pushing that left thigh in towards that right foot. You have the option of threading the hands around the back of the left thigh, maybe interlace the fingers. Check in with the breath. Nice and easy, nice and steady. A few more breaths here. Slowly release the hands. Slowly float that left foot down towards the floor. Right foot comes down to the floor. And just gently sway the knees from side to side. Just a nice, easy windscreen wiping of the knees. Or just stay nice and still. Come back to stillness. Bring awareness to the parts of the body that are in contact with the floor once more. And then slowly hug the right knee in towards your chest. Flex that right foot. And then slowly slide that left heel along the mat, lengthening out that left leg. Flex both feet. Slowly start to slide that left heel back along the floor. Left knee bent, left foot flat on the floor. Slowly release the right foot back down towards the floor. Just pause here for a moment. Gently hug that left leg in, flex the left foot. And then just slowly extend that right leg along the floor, flexing the foot. Both feet are flexed. Lengthening out that right leg. Nice, easy breaths here. Slowly slide that right heel back in. Right knee bent, right foot flat on the floor. Slowly float the left foot back down towards the floor. Release the arms back down to the side. Check in with the breath. And then bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the floor. The soles of your feet, backs of your hips, shoulder blade, elbows, front of the hands, back of the head. Float the right foot off the floor, right knee in line with the right hip. Float the left foot off the floor, left knee in line with the left hip. Placing the hands on the knees. Hip circles, we're going to gently circle both hips together, both knees together. Keeping it slow and controlled. Nice and slow. Making circles on that lower back, gently massaging out that lower back. Breath is nice and gentle, nice and easy. Couple more circles here before we change direction. And then slowly reverse the direction of those hip circles. And then slowly come back so the knees are in line with the hips. Float the upper arms down to the floor. Elbows are bent, palms facing in towards the body so they're facing each other. Fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling. Slowly start to circle the wrists, circle the ankles. This is our inversion for the evening. And then slowly change direction of the wrist circles and the ankle circles. Come to stillness, float the arms, the lower arms down to the floor, palms facing the ceiling. Slowly float that right foot down towards the floor. Slowly float that left foot down towards the floor. Slowly toe the feet together so the soles of the feet come together. Allow the knees to fall out to the side. Recline bound angle. Just a gentle stretch on that inner thigh. You can place the hands on the thighs if you need to. You can keep the hands on the belly or just keep them on the floor. And then check in with the breath. And then bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the mat, the floor, the backs of the hands, the elbows, the backs of the shoulders, the back of the head, the back of the hips, the outside edges of the feet, maybe the little toes. Just keep your awareness on the parts of the body that are in contact with the mat. Eyes can be softened or the eyes can be closed. And then coming into your final relaxation, your Shavasana, you can stay here. You can slowly extend the legs out long and come into corpse pose. So the heels are coming down towards the outside edge of the front of the mat. Feet can drop open to the side. Arms can stay where they are. If it feels more comfortable for you, the feet can be flat on the floor. And the knees can come in together so you're slightly knock-kneed. Or if it feels more comfortable for you, you can curl up onto one side, bending the arms or grabbing yourself a cushion for a pillow. The eyes are closed. And once more, bring the awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the mat, the back of the head, back of the shoulders, maybe the elbows and the back of the hands. The calves, the heels. Just allow the breath to be. Soften the forehead, soften the space between the eyebrows. Relax the jaw. Allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Relax the neck, the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. And then just relaxing from the hips all the way down to the knees. From the knees down to the ankles. Front of the foot, relax the toes. And then just relaxing the upper arms, the lower arms, soften the fingers. And just allow the whole back side of the body to melt down into the mat and the earth below. Rest, deep rest. Allow the body to absorb your practice. Slowly start to bring awareness back to the body. The parts of the body that are in contact with the mat. Just keep your awareness there. And either stay still or maybe wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Slowly bring the legs together, the feet together. And if it feels comfortable for you, maybe float the arms above the head, come into a nice, long, easy, full body stretch. You can either point the toes, you can flex the feet and point the toes up towards the ceiling. Slowly release the arms back down towards the side of the body. Start to bend and slide that right heel in, right foot flat on the floor. Slowly start to slide the left heel in, bend the left knee. Both feet are flat on the floor. You can either stay here or you can gently hug the right knee in, gently hug the left knee in. Stay nice and still, maybe gently rock from side to side. And then keeping the eyes closed, just gently roll to one side. And then very, very slowly, with the eyes closed, slowly come all the way up to easy cross-legged. Once you get there, just check that the weight's even on both seat bones. Crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Lovely long spine. Slowly bring the palms together, hands through to heart center. Allow the thumbs to connect to the chest. And just slowly start to deepen the breath. And keep the awareness on the air flowing in and out of the nose. On your next inhale, slowly float the arms out and up. Bring the palms together above the head. And as you exhale, slowly bring the hands down to heart center. Thumbs connect to the heartbeat. Slowly bow the head down towards the fingertips. Thank you very much for joining me for your practice this evening. From my heart to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you. Slowly start to flutter your eyes open so you're gazing at your fingertips. Slowly bring the head up. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you find peace within. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got any questions about the poses or any of the techniques, you can just email me. That is fine. If you've got any questions that you want to ask me now, you can just type them in. I will send you an email next week, next Tuesday, to remind you about Wednesday class again, next Wednesday. Please stay well, please stay safe, and thank you very much. I'm just going to check to see if I've got any messages. No, but if you want to connect with me, please email me. Any questions, please email me. But thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Good night.